All right, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about the first piece of special equipment that I've talked about in any of my videos, and I wanted to give you guys some important info about the charm, how you can get it, and why it's going to be useful, especially before you get too crazy into focusing on one particular trade skill in detail. And I know there's a lot of hype right now with excavation. I think a lot of people are starting to finally realize how much gold you can actually make. The competition for the excavation nodes is pretty crazy lately, but before you go too crazy on focusing on using all of your stamina on one particular trade skill, I highly recommend that you actually work on getting this first because it's going to provide a benefit to all of your trade skills. Now, this is the charm here at the center of my inventory. This is the first one that you can get, and you can actually end up upgrading it as you continue to work on it. You can see it's the Faint Ore charm, and what it's going to do is it's going to give you the bonus effect to all trade skills, activating level +1, all trade skill basic rewards +5%, and all trade skill mastery level +1 as well. So this is actually going to go on your character sheet. If you open it up, you'll see in the bottom left, it's actually going to go into one of those pieces of special equipment. And you have 3 pieces of special equipment. We've got the charm there in the middle, but you've also got the compass and you've got the emblem as well. So now, how do you end up getting this Faint Ore charm? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. Nothing really too crazy. You can actually end up getting this from your World Tree Leaves. So if you end up going to your collections and you end up going to your World Tree Leaves, it's actually the second reward that you're going to end up getting. So it's not even too far into your World Tree Leaf collections before you actually end up getting this. So if I go to reward info, you can see here that the Faint Ore charm is the second one right there. And also really nice as well, the very first reward is super useful. You get this at 6 World Tree Leaves, and it's going to end up giving you a whole bunch of trade skill experience to boost up your trade skills, pretty close to level 10 without really having to work on them all too much. So the second one is going to be that charm, and you need a total of 12 World Tree Leaves to get it. And let's actually head over. I'm parked right there at the NPC that you want to make sure to actually talk to once you get your 6 World Tree Leaves for the potions and your 12 World Tree Leaves for the charm. And this is something that's really easy to forget about. In fact, I'm sure there's some people who are watching this video who have 6 World Tree Leaves and they just forgot to end up taking the potion. It's totally not something that I forgot to do for a little while, I promise, but I'm sure it's something that some of you guys might have forgotten to pick up. So what you want to do is just go to anywhere in a city where you actually see this icon right here, this World Tree Leaf icon. We're right here in the Nereus Tavern in Vern. You talk to this guy right here, and for whatever World Tree Leaves you've collected up to, you can end up claiming these rewards. Now, I've also seen a lot of questions about World Tree Leaves because they are collectible, but they do work a little bit different compared to the other collectibles. Like, obviously, the one that I think a lot of people are familiar with are the Makoko seeds, and those are going to be at fixed locations in the world. And you know, for Makoko seed number 1, you go to this location to get it. Makoko seed number 2, you go to this location to get it, and so on and so forth. Now, the World Tree Leaves are still a collectible, and they still have the same rewards that other collectibles in the game have. There's a whole bunch of them. But they don't work where there's like a specific location or area to end up getting the World Tree Leaves. The way that they work is each one is still numbered, but if you actually end up going back to the collectibles info and you go to World Tree Leaves, you can actually see here the particular trade skills that are going to actually be required in order to get these various World Tree Leaves. And you don't have to go to any particular zone. You don't have to go to any particular nodes to actually get these specifically numbered World Tree Leaves. They're actually just going to randomly have a chance to drop whenever you end up doing your trade skills. So, for example, I haven't completed any of them, and it's probably going to be a long time before I've gotten all the World Tree Leaves for like fishing or excavating or whatever. But what I highly recommend that you guys do in order to get those potions and in order to get the charm is I would kind of distribute, the first decent chunk of effort that you spend on your trade skills just to give yourself kind of that room to capture all of these World Tree Leaves. And you can actually get several, World Tree Leaves in the same particular zone. You could even get really lucky and end up going back to back and get 2 of them in a row. It's just RNG, but if you kind of, spread yourself out across a couple of different trade skills as you get started, it's going to give yourself that ability to kind of capture those easier early world tree leaves instead of focusing in too hard on one trade skill like excavating, where it might end up taking you a while to end up getting to that 12. 12 didn't really take me that long. You know, I haven't put in any crazy amount of effort, so getting to 6 shouldn't be too bad for those potions, and getting to 12 for the charm shouldn't really be too difficult either. So also, this charm is not the end of the road. It's not like this is the only charm that there is, and what you can actually end up doing is you can actually upgrade this, and you'll see that if we go back to the collectible info, and we go back to World Tree Leaves, and you take a look at the reward info, you'll see these items right here, like this Faint Citrine, and then there's the Silent Citrine, and there's also this Tranquil Citrine right here. These are actually going to be the items that you need in order to upgrade your charm to the next rarity. And as you upgrade your charm, it's obviously going to end up giving you a bigger benefit. And I'll show you guys the actual NPC that you're going to want to turn these into to craft the better charms. Now, I'm guessing it's going to be a while before you get to, I think the next benchmark was 36 of the World Tree Leaves. So you get the charm at 12, but I don't think the next Citrine is until 36. So I don't know if there's any of you crazy guys out there who are at 36 World Tree Leaves already. If you are, feel free to let me know, because I'm always curious. I know there's a couple of crazy people out there who are over 1,000 Makoko seeds already. But in order to end up crafting and upgrading your charm to the next rarity, you're going to need to get those Citrines, and you're going to need to go to an NPC in any town called the Processor. So if you actually go to the map and you look up Processor, you'll see here, that's the icon right there. And if we actually go to the Processor and we talk to them, you'll see the ability to craft all sorts of stuff, but you have the ability here in order to actually upgrade your charms. So as soon as you end up getting those Citrines, you just go here, pay a bit of gold, and upgrade it, and it's going to improve the actual effects on it. Now, let's take a look at the effects as well, because, you know, you end up looking at this, and it's kind of hard to get a sense of what it actually ends up giving you. But this is something you definitely want to get out of the way earlier, rather than focusing too hard on one life skill, because if we open up the life skill menu here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unequip it and equip it, and unequip it and equip it again, just so that the stats actually change, so you can get a sense of what it's actually going to end up giving me. So let's go to the trade skill menu here, and you can see that I've got my charm actually equipped. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to unequip it, and you can see that this is currently excavating expertise is at 25 right now, whereas normally it would be at 24, because that's what my level is. Plus, it also gives you a level to your actual skills. This is currently only level 8 Relic Appraiser, level 8 Master of Digging, and level 8 Master of Archaeology, but because of that relic, it's boosting it up to level 9. So if we end up unequipping it, and also take a look at these stats here on the right, these numbers are going to go down as well. If we end up unequipping it, we completely lose this basic acquisition rate. This is 12%, 0, 22.5, 2, 6.33. And then if we go back and we re-equip it here, you can see these numbers change. It actually ends up having a decent effect on your stats in the excavating menu. And again, it's for all the different trade skills. So highly recommend that you guys get this out of the way, get it earlier on, and then go crazy on the big money maker for trade skills, which is excavating, because that's the one that a lot of people are working on. There's a reason why. It's very big money. So anyway, I thought I would do a little bit of a highlight here talking about this, because I don't think this is something that too many people are very well aware of. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a quick like. It really helps out. Thank you so much to those of you guys who do that. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these videos and you're looking forward to more. Turn on the notification bell as well. You guys know all that typical YouTube stuff. It helps out, so thank you, thank you. And feel free to check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/salt, where I will be streaming Lost Ark as well as other games. Have a good one, everyone. Take care, and until next time.